Jiangsu Province is an important, economically developed province in China, and its capital, Nanjing, is also a first-tier city. As China's overall economy continues to decline, Nanjing's economy is also in a state of depression. A blogger describes the current situation in Nanjing. If your salary is more than $682 and you have social insurance and provident fund, just stay in your working position. Don't expect a better life. Most people are still struggling, and you are already above 90% of the people in Nanjing. I must tell you about the current situation in Nanjing, and you may not believe it. Large companies are laying off workers or cutting salaries, and many small companies have simply closed down. Many of these people are over 35 years old and are the main breadwinners of their family. They have worked in the same position for more than 10 years and are used to a 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. routine. Who could have imagined that the sky would suddenly fall? The man said that these unemployed people have no choice but to become online car-hailing drivers, and working time switched to 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. Many of them have to work at least 12 hours and earn $14 to $27 a day, daring not to relax for a moment. There is a very strange phenomenon in Nanjing right now. You can see a lot of night market stalls at every major intersection. There have never been any before, and they even appear at very major intersections. The Chengguang or urban management officials don't bother to check them. Why not? Because the current economic situation is very, very bad. I have an audience member, and he told me the other day that it happens everywhere, you know. I went looking for work a while ago, and a lot of the buildings were empty, with very few companies in them. He said that the current market situation is really terrible and that I need to find a good job and not jump from one to the next. The blogger said that some of her friends are preparing to flee Nanjing because they feel the pressure of life in the city is too great. With mortgages and kids to raise, they plan to sell their homes in Nanjing and return to their hometown to find a job where the pressure might be much less. This reflects the current thoughts of some people. According to the official website of the Jiangsu Provincial People's Government, Nanjing's GDP per capita ranks first among China's provincial capitals. Its regional GDP ranks first among China's 14 megacities, and the added value of the core industries of the digital economy accounts for the largest proportion of Jiangsu's GDP. From this data, it seems that Nanjing should be a very wealthy and an economically developed metropolis, but the reality is alarming. Nanjing used to have many foreign companies which brought great economic benefits to the city and provided many jobs. However, in 2024, many foreign companies are pulling out of Nanjing. Do you know how many foreign companies have left Nanjing today? Do you know how many people lost their jobs? The situation in Nanjing today is really unimaginable. Once upon a time, Nanjing prospered because of a large number of foreign capital enterprises, and it could be described as a strong economy. But now, the foreign-funded companies are gradually leaving, some going to Vietnam and some moving to other provinces. The data shows that more than 20,000 enterprises have closed down. The departure of a single foreign invested enterprise may mean the layoff of hundreds or even thousands of people. You know that these electronics factories in Nanjing are mostly labor-intensive OEM factories that support a large number of workers. The high housing prices in Nanjing make it difficult for workers to settle down, and in the end, they can only go to their hometown. The man said that he worked near River West in Nanjing in 2015. At that time, there were many big companies in Nanjing, and many of them were internationally known. During rush hour, the streets were full of people. As foreign investment continues to pull out of Nanjing from last year, some of the industrial parks in Nanjing have fewer people, and many factories are either idle or demolished. The business of the restaurants around the parks is even more dismal. Now, the subway and buses in Nanjing are empty. There are also not many people in Nanjing shopping malls, and many brick-and-mortar stores have closed. One man describes the predicament many people face. The scary thing now is not that some companies can't pay wages, but that no one dares to quit such companies. The job situation is really bad. You just can't guarantee that after you leave this company, you can quickly find one that can pay you a salary and won't go out of business. There are more than 10 million college graduates every year, but the employment rate is only about 50%. And many of them are still working as delivery guys, car-hailing drivers, or couriers. At this age, who dares to quit, let alone middle-aged people like us? I wouldn't dare anyway. The withdrawal of foreign investment has led to massive unemployment. Layoffs and pay cuts caused people who bought homes to face mortgage repayment crises. Housing prices in Nanjing also plummet.
现在南京的房价
Right now, Nanjing's real estate prices have fallen sharply. You may not believe it. I am telling you, after working hard for a year or two, you may not be able to catch up with the rate of decline in property prices. The lady reviews the neighborhoods in Nanjing that have seen the sharpest price drops and the lowest transaction prices.
第一
First of all, the square Newtown Nancy district has dropped from a high of 3,548 per square meter to just 1,092 per square meter. The owners of the whole sector are at a loss. If you don't lower the price, the apartments won't be able to be resold. Second, the intersection Kuiping town, which used to be a godly property for 8,000 people having the lucky draws to decide who could buy the flat, has also dropped from 2,456 per square meter to 819 per square meter. Investors who bought apartments here at that time are all trapped. Now they can't sell and won't be able to hold them in hand either. There is no solution. Third, U-Run International Plaza has dropped from a high of $9,141.40 per square meter to the current $3,411 per square meter. The blogger said that in 3 years, an apartment has directly shrunk by about 300,000. Fourth on the list is the Yangchang Bridge, which has fallen from USD 5,594 to USD 2,456 per square meter. Fifth, Haixia town on the River West, where prices fell from $8,323 to $4,093 per square meter. As there have been no transactions in the past 2 months, prices may still fall. Sixth, Bundu City at the World Trade Center, where prices fell from $8,187 to $3,820 per square meter. Seventh, Jianghe CR International Community, which was so popular that even 10,000 people drew the luck you couldn't buy an apartment. The highest price was $6,277 per square meter, and now it's been reduced to $3,275 per square meter. Eighth, Evergrande Dragon County at Qinglong Metro Town, which has dropped from $5,048 to $2,183 per square meter. Ninth, International Flower Town in Jiangning Riverside fell from $3,002 to $1,364 per square meter. 10th, Dragons Joined Sky fell from $8,459 to $4,912 per square meter. It can be seen that Nanjing, a once prosperous city, is facing the tragedy of falling housing prices. The employment situation in Nanjing surely reflects the actual state of the local economy.
你们还晓得现在南京最真实的打工人情况是什么样啊？
Do you know the current situation of employees in Nanjing? Nanjing has 4 characteristics. There are a lot of college students, consumption is high, jobs are scarce, and wages are low. To put it bluntly, many college graduates are not as valuable as migrant peasant laborers. Some retailers even require college graduates for ground push staff. Didn't this year's graduation season just pass? For the telemarketing, customer service, operations, and loan agency, basically college graduates are filling those positions. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with those positions, but the starting salaries for these jobs are particularly low. The starting salary was $410 10 years ago, but now it's even less than $410.
这10年以后了，还不到3000呢。
The woman said that not only are these jobs poorly paid, but many small businesses do not pay social insurance or provident funds for their employees. She also revealed that less than 10% of private enterprises in Nanjing can currently pay provident fund contributions. This lady pointed out that there are only 2 ways for college graduates in Nanjing. One is to get a permanent job in local government or a state-owned enterprise, and the other is to go into sales. If you are a migrant worker, you have to rent an apartment in the city, which costs at least $137 monthly. If you're a college graduate with no money, you can only afford to live in a shared apartment, and what's left of your salary will be gone after you spend it on ordering food and taking the subway daily. This is the actual situation of migrant employees in Nanjing. A woman describes the situation in Nanjing shopping malls. Do you still want to stay in Nanjing? Here it is now visibly emptying. Look at the shopping mall in the New Century Plaza next to me. It used to be so busy, but now it's closing or being relocated. Even on the internet, there's a topic called Escape from Nanjing. It's no exaggeration to say that the restaurants downstairs from our store are almost all going out of business every 4 or 5 months. I also noticed a couple of phenomena. The first is that it's becoming increasingly difficult to make money in Nanjing in 2024, and it's also becoming increasingly difficult to find a good job. In fact, many seemingly high-end office buildings are full of telemarketers. There is even an expression on the internet that says, even Jack Ma, if he came to Nanjing, would have to make cold calls for 3 years. What is the problem? For ordinary employees working hard every day, exhausted under the pressure of mortgages, car loans, and living expenses, many don't even earn as much as they spend, not to mention savings. The lady says that the second phenomena is that housing prices in Nanjing have fallen by at least 30%. The third phenomena is that it feels like there are fewer and fewer people in Nanjing. You can see that there are not many people on the street or in the shopping malls. In any case, it feels like there are far fewer people than before. It seems that everyone has run out of money and is unwilling to go out and spend it. Nanjing's core business district is also inevitably suffering. Who would have thought that this is Wanda on River West? A lot of shops have closed down, and the situation is miserable. Even the top shops in the former scenic area can't hold on. In the past, transfer fees were tens of thousands of dollars, and stores with annual rentals of more than 130,000 were everywhere. The big brand direct stores are packed with people trying to get in. Such one rich generation of landlords does not consider supporting 3 generations, but rather 30 generations. Now landlords are renting directly to tenants and even giving away appliances and finishings. Some landlords are having mental breakdowns and can't just sit there. Shops are also starting to sell at a reduced price. I don't know what to do. Today it has come to this. Someone has analyzed. The economy is in decline, consumption is down, businesses are closing, factories are laying off workers. 13 million college students are having trouble finding jobs, and a series of chain reactions have resulted in no one consuming and no one daring to consume. We received comments from fans this morning that we should go to Xinjiakou subway station and take a look. They said that a lot of shops have closed down. We happen to be in Xinjiakou today, so let's see how many shops have actually closed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. These places were originally shops. What do you think is the reason for this tragedy? Behind the closure of the store is the unsustainable business of one store after another. I would like to announce that many braised dishes stall in Nanjing have closed. In less than a year, more than 20 night markets have closed in Nanjing, and the dreams of thousands of families to become rich by setting up a food stall have been shattered. Some people in the catering industry use their online streaming skills to show fake scenes of good business to reap the Chinese chives. They've harvested some of the post-90s and post-2000s who don't want to work for others, and they've also harvested a group of middle-aged people who don't have much education and want to learn some skills. They are really the repeating harvesting. The more eager our people are to make money, the more likely we are to be deceived. I lost more than 3,000 in just 2 months. I went out every day in all kinds of weather without a single day off. I don't want to accept the result, but this industry is too competitive, and the longer you stay, the more you will lose. The withdrawal of foreign investment and the closure of factories have left many migrant workers unable to afford rent. Come on, can you government offices take a look? How hard it is for people to work these days. In order to work and make a living, they sleep wherever they can. Look, this is Nanjing Station. A middle-aged man with red eyes describes the plight of himself and his family. The work paid on a daily wage I had arranged was cancelled at the last minute. I had 1 meal a day, and now my wife and children at home don't have money for food either. I don't know why. I've worked so hard for so many years, and I love helping my friends. I don't know why I came to today's situation. The helpless look in his eyes hides the sadness of so many unemployed people. Many people have gone into food delivery jobs because they have been laid off or cannot find a job after graduation. But such a job is not easy to do today.
各位看一下那些美团小哥们，
Everyone, look at these Meituan delivery boys. They are all sitting here with nothing to do, so they have no food to eat. How can they survive in the future?
说实话，现在在外面打零工的，现在
To be honest, a lot of people who work odd jobs outside are living off their savings. It is true. A lot of people are living off their savings. There's just nothing to do, and you can't find anything even if you try your best to find one. Really, and a lot of people don't even have enough savings to live now. The Chinese New Year is approaching, but the factory owner has fled with the money, leaving a large number of migrant peasant workers unpaid and helpless to protect their rights. Look, the boss has fled. Look at this mess. Everyone is grabbing things.
这些乱七八糟，大家抢东西。
老板欠钱跑路了啊！
The boss owed our money and ran away, you see? We are all migrant workers demanding our wages. Look at the government and the authorities. We have suffered so much, we ordinary people. From the above, it can be seen that Nanjing, one of the most economically developed provincial capitals in China, has experienced the withdrawal of foreign companies, the closure of a large number of shops, and people's difficulties in finding jobs. For the CCP, it's increasingly difficult to reap huge profits from these former economic powerhouses to fill the empty economy. That's all for today. If you enjoy our content, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and share it with your friends. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you next time.